Today we are going to pose the question, what is literature? A central focus in this course is the study of literature. Everyone knows that it's a specific group of works that stand out as worthy of study. But how do we determine which books are literature and which are not? To figure out the answer to that question first, we must define the term literature. If we look at the root of the word literature, we find that the prefix liter is Latin for letters. Literature actually means made of letters. For someone that is trying to understand what makes one work a piece of literature and another not, this doesn't help at all. So this means, based on this school of thought, that if everything that is made up of letters is literature, that means the content of your junk mail folder is War and Peace. Literature is clearly something that is important. The study of such works has been a part of human civilization for almost 5,000 years. But in the end, who decides what is literary and what is not? The answer might surprise you. You decide what is literature. The quality of the books we read, the games we play, the movies we watch, and all content we consume is ours to determine. The value of all art, and this includes literature, is subjective. But we often give away the value of our own critical ideas when experts state opinions. For example, many people go through their entire lives and never consider what they find to be literary. In fact, it's most often classes like this one, where a course professor lists literary works, where people develop their own sense of what is a work of literature. But deciding to let your professors tell you what rises to the high standards of literature doesn't mean they are right. It's your choice. Take this movie clip for example, where a professor is showing her students that they, the scholars, should determine what constitutes art, which is much like literature.
What is that?
You tell me. Carcass by Soutine, 1925.
It's not on the syllabus.
No, it's not. Is it any good? Come on, ladies. There's no wrong answer. There's also no textbook telling you what to think. It's not that easy, is it?
All right, no. It's not good. In fact, I wouldn't even call it art. It's grotesque.
Is there a rule against art being grotesque? I think there's something aggressive about it.
And erotic. To you, everything is erotic.
Everything is erotic.
Girls.
Aren't there standards?
Of course there are. Otherwise, a tacky velvet painting could be equated to a Rembrandt.
Hey, my Uncle Freddie has 2 tacky velvet paintings. He loves those clowns.
There are standards, technique, composition, color, even subject. So if you're suggesting that rotted side of meat is art, much less good art, then what are we going to learn?
Just that. You have outlined our new syllabus, Betty. Thank you. What is art? What makes it good or bad, and who decides? Next slide, please. 25 years ago, someone thought this was brilliant.
I can see that.
Who?
My mother. I painted it for her birthday. Next slide. This is my mom. Is it art?
It's a snapshot.
If I told you Ansel Adams had taken it, would that make a difference?
Art isn't art until someone says it is.
It's art.
The right people?
Who are they?
Betty Warren. We're so lucky we have one of them right here.
In the end, literature is a subjective topic that each person faces. We can utilize other subjective terms to define literature, like stating that it is an important work, but that too is subjective. One of the most important things a student can learn in college is critical thinking. This is the skill of taking in information and determining its importance. For each of us, this means we all get to decide what is important in what we read, and therefore, we are each creators of our own catalog of literary works. Thank you for listening, and now you can go out into the world and decide what is literature.